Hell Pockets. Hell Pockets is my favorite. Juicebox King, huh? Some things never change. Does that stay in C? It looks different. These are some refreshing ass combos. What's that jump C? I mean jump D. Is that a failed instant or just hop? What do you call it? Hop Venom Strike? That's a good little roll. Venom Strike. Sand CD, I think. That thing looks really tall. Oh, that was the CD. The far one. Was it stand D he was empty cancel or whiff canceling? So we got our Nest Kyo as our main Kyo, huh? Or are there two different kinds of Kyo? I wonder how you're gonna optimize those stand CD like counter hit combos. I wonder if there's like if you can always get the combo, or if you're too cornered you can't get anything or something like that. Juicebox is one of the players and King is on the stream. King is on the screen. You wonder who's who. I literally don't know who the guy on the left is. I've literally never seen this character. Is he new? I know like most KoF characters. Yeah, huh? K Dash. Recognize K Dash. That is like exactly, literally exactly his like KoF 13 or KoF like 2002 kinds of combos. Yeah, that was like unchanged. K Dash is like honestly, in my opinion, the coolest character in all video games. Huh. That looked like it could have been a confirm. Yum. I'm sure there's more she could have done there, right? Super cancels don't inherently cost anything, right? Like going straight into a super or canceling into a super from a special move costs the same amount of meter, I think. Those cost things. I'm pretty sure K is like a fucking... I think that someone got hold of Kyo's DNA and somehow that contains his ability to make fire. And they made K-Dash as like a fucking super soldier test tube baby kind of thing. Or something. It's retarded. That punishes fireballs, but he didn't do the follow-up from 9 trigger, I guess. Oh, baby. That's some nice Real 63 right there. That hits so late. Can you interrupt that? You could interrupt that in KOF 13. Ooh, tricky. This is gonna kill, right? He didn't have a secret to cancel into. I like the noises the lights make. I'm pretty sure there are actually several like K-Dash clones. Or not K-Dash, but like Kyo clones. But I don't think any of them are clones per se. Like experiments. I think K49 is something similar. In fact, I'm pretty sure that K49 is literally exactly the same shit as K-Dash. That's NC. Leona's like tool set is so weird. Leona's tits in her idle animation. Holy shit. That was not an accident. KOF is a little bit harder than Street Fighter in terms of basics, but not harder in terms of advanced stuff. If you have the basics of Street Fighter down, this is a pretty good game to play. It's basically like another traditional 2D fighting game in the way that Street Fighter is. It's not as like crazy as anime games, and it doesn't have a similar gameplay style to any other genre. There's a thing that a few people say about King of Fighters and Street Fighter. In Street Fighter, your directions have to be okay, like not that good because leniency will fix them up, but your button presses have to be perfect because of precise link timing. In KOF, your button presses have to be okay because of leniency, but your directions have to be perfect because of command overlap. There's like more special moves, and they tend to overlap more often. Oh, he could have gotten the slide there for sure. Down B, down B, down A, slide. There's no human way that combo doesn't work. Between stand C, crouch C, and I think stand A, plus her little backflip bullshit, King has some of the best anti-air in the game, I feel. King has like super solid fundamentals. I would call King like top 3 fundamentals of like long-standing KOF characters. Yori and KO are also extremely well off. This game looks pretty fun to play. The speed looks about right. It's still like a little weird. It looks like the hits last too long. The hit stun is still insane, which makes the movement look really, really fast compared to the hits. But the jump speed and like the combo timing looks about the same as other KF games. Stun? I saw it. Set it on the left side in the middle. That stance D anti-air did a fuck ton of damage. I don't think there's health variation in KOF. I think pretty much everyone has 1,000 health every game. I never use health as a balancing factor. What normal was that? Literally, what normal was that? Was that a new normal? He got like a weird sweeping kick that didn't knock down, so it wasn't a CD. Maybe it was like a new close D. But he's still doing the far D. That far D used to still be the same when close, I think. This is towards B overhead. If you cancel into that, it's not an overhead. I wonder if it's like Nest Kyo where you can do the stand C forward B and then cancel it. Like Kyo EX. EX Kyo. KF is only 4 buttons. The light normals are like a weird they're pretty much like Street Fighter light normals. The heavy normals are kind of like a weird combo between medium and heavy normals of Street Fighter. And the command normals are kind of like a weird combo as well, or like their own little thing. They're like an intermittent, like canceling step between normals and special moves. I too like the marks in the health bar. Little ticks marking each 100. Ooh, nice. That looked like an ambiguous roll. That's the kind of big combo you have in this game. It looks like they've scaled back the scaling a bit. It looks like scaling is less of a big deal, but they like your single attacks still do fuck all damage. But like it's like your fuck all damage attacks just like it does all the damage from all the attacks pretty much when calculating the damage of your long combos. But you need a lot of meter to do combos like those. So it's like a fundamental game, but then every now and then when someone has a lot of meter, you have bigger combos, which is pretty much how it is in other KOF games, or at least other late KOF games. But it looks like those big combos aren't like as game deciding as they were in KOF13. Because there's fewer normals in KOF, your normals are a lot more concise. It's very rare to have a useless normal. And it's also a little bit faster to learn a character because there's just a lot less to pick up. There's also only 2 versions of every special move, not counting EX. No, you cannot swap mid-round. I think the only KOF game where you could swap mid-round was 11, which is a pretty interesting game. And one of my favorites, honestly. That did a lot of fucking damage. Yeah, assists used to exist. You would pick like 3 characters and then a 4th character is your assist. I think 2000 did that. Or was it 2001? Or was it both of them? Yeah, and when you kill a character, the amount of time left determines the amount of health you restore between rounds. The only KF I've really played is 13, which I like quite a lot. I also like watching it. I do also like watching 11 and 98. 2002 is pretty cool as well, but I don't watch it that much. It's not a very controversial opinion you got there. Why am I watching this? Where's the gameplay? Here we go. Benny. Benny has the advantage of being in a shit ton of KOF games. In fact, I think all of them. So he is very concise now. Same as like Hiyori Iori. Benimaru's toolset is really unusual though. He's got like a really high jump and very long normals. Benny is electric. And his hair is normally kind of just like long and hangs straight down, like Kurt Cobain kind of hair. But when he preps for a fight, his hair stands straight up because of static electricity. And yes, he is literally Polnareff. Benny's got really big normals. But his movement is kind of unusual. What's going on? So when you're in max mode, do you just have a cancel available, or do you do extra damage and have extra fence, extra defense?
Oh man, I was totally wrong with the size of the plane. I thought it was steel. Well, there you go.
There's a bunch of JoJo references to
Okay, well, shot.
JoJo references in KOF. In particular, there's one character named Joe Higashi, which I presume is a reference to Josuke Higashikata.
Unless it landed in one of the blue spots.
Um,
Is that a free juggle? Oh, too far, too far.
and he is absolutely full of JoJo references. EX moves, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
They don't normally have EX moves. I think I understand. When you do that raw activation like that, you get a full bar. But if you activate mid-combo and use it like a cancel, you only get a half bar. The fuck? Jump back super and it worked. Error on Boo.
And killed him. I feel like he buffered that and then saw something go down. I was like, all right. Pretty much, man. Oh, you twist? I'm letting it rock.
Oh, very interesting.
Wow. That's the thing about that move is it's so fast that you might just jump over it. Oh.
Ooh, the overhead into the max mode. I'm guessing that's still going to be a big thing. That was a nice little mechanic. So in KoF14, for example, you could start with an overhead. If you did an overhead in a combo, it wasn't an overhead, like if you canceled into it. So you had to do a raw overhead, and most of them you couldn't combo out of unless you activated like hyperdrive from the overhead. Oh, that just stuffed that. Ouch. So you had to do an overhead and hope it worked to hyperdrive. Of course, the hyperdrive would make the overhead, like, it wouldn't be unsafe, it wasn't punishable. But you'd be staking like your whole drive meter, which is your single most valuable resource, on hoping that your overhead hits. But also that was the only way to combo from an overhead, so it was still worth it. So it rewarded, like, you know, it had risk and reward. You're risking your most valuable meter, but your reward is combos from overheads.
You always just keep going into a combo even if you don't know if it's gonna hit or not. Right, yeah. The god with the confirms.
This character selection is just, it's very KO13. Or not the character selection like the screen or anything, but just like the kinds of characters that people are playing. They're playing very safe. These characters look very similar to their KOF13 versions.
I love it. I love it.
That Sandy has a shit ton of range. That sweep has a shit ton of range. Benimaru arguably has one of the best jump arcs in the game. Very big. He has huge range air normals too. He also has great air variety. He's got like one of the fattest cross-ups in the game in that jump D he just landed. I think he has drills like Dalsim. I don't know about this game, but he does in other games. That was an air-to-air CD counter hit. He could have gotten a juggle there for sure. He tried for it and he missed it.
It's definitely much more difficult. Wow. And Shahai gets a combo here. Pretty good damage. Whoa!
Nice.
You know what's dope too is that you saw that normal come out. You knew it was gonna hit. Yeah, man. Tried to press it a little too hard.
I already eat Pocky and ramen all day.
Oh, very nice. That's Sandy once again. Man, he's been winning the poke warrior.
Wow.
Yep, legit option once again.
Cancel the super now.
It's such a late confirm too that you can do on that.
I don't know if Benny still has his command grab. That was an important tool for him. I don't know if we've seen it. I haven't been watching that hard.
Huevo pushing ahead on the lead here, despite having barely any life.
So now they've pretty much removed special move to special move cancels, which simplifies the combo system quite a lot.
Well, I mean, he is almost dead, so it's not that big of a loss.
I mean, on a run though, like there's like 2 or 3 things that could have happened where you could have lived.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh, oh, that's
Oh.
death.
That was bad news right there.
So towards A or a far C that activated from close?
And now way ahead of the game.
Probably a far C,
If he can
because
pull
it
off
looks
the
like he
lead,
tried to
he's
combo
tied
something.
up.
I mean, this is Sal High Fiore. You know, he is known for this.
He's got 4 stacks on deck.
Wow.
And Shanghai just
I wonder if he could have comboed Rekus from that far B.
connects again.
I wonder if far B cancels.
Buttons where he's just blocking on the wrong side, but he is just taking everything Sal High throws at him.
Yeah, Shanghai's been able to.
Looks like it's still like crutch B, crutch A towards A. Rekus. It's like a bread and butter he's had the whole series.
Oh!
Really?
Finally got him. Finally got him.
Wow.
Follow up.
I didn't think that would catch.
DX, okay.
It just seems so difficult to land a hit on Shanghai.
No, he's got great mobility. Like, great sense of mobility.
Damn, this fucking ground control. He can't be approached.
Shut down in the neutral game.
Yep. And not looking bad. You know, like, Huevo's going to come in with 5 bars, but Sal High still with 3.
The reason they went to 3D, for anyone who isn't in the know,
He could make something happen. Yikes.
is because the 2D sprites they were making cost a fuck ton of money and took a fuckload of time to make. So like it wasn't doing anything.
What?
It was like really expensive and it prevented them from like making more characters for the game and shit like that.
There we go. Make him pay.
What they did with KoF14 is that they literally made 3D models like these and then they rendered them, they drew like 2D sprites based on them
As much damage as I want.
to get realistic shadows and whatnot.
Ooh, okay.
Man, that could have been flipped on this forever.
This game was dramatically cheaper to produce than KoF13, and you can say, yeah, it shows, but at the same time, that's good for other things like gameplay and whatnot.
Not with the amount of meter. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's death. That's
3
death.
times.
That is death.
Not blocking. That's it.
All right, man. Well, I got to get my hats off to Weber. You played really great on that matchup.
Amazing play.
And
He's not talking like he's dead, but you know.
yeah, just adjust on the situation.
And on the other
Kula.
Kula is just like
Another this Hien guy.
you know, up front with somebody against somebody with no meter, that means they got to take all her blocks in. Wow. Going a little bit early with that jump B. And now we're also not going with jump kid, so decided to go with mature instead. Must have had some success with it.
All right, gets opportunity.
Kula AQ.
Damage there. Down B, yeah. You know when
I don't get this whole like bad graphics thing. I mean, I see that it doesn't look as nice as like MKX or even Street Fighter 5, but like diminishing returns. It's hard to make a PS4 game that looks better than a PS3 game because PS3 still looks pretty good.
get though. Yes. Loses to the chip down.
You need to like throw everything at graphics if you want to actually look better than PS3.
Yup.
You know what I mean?
And Kula not looking bad going into the second round, so
Wow.
I'm pretty sure
All right,
Kula's
so take a look
14.
at this one.
man, I respect Juicebox not willing to save the meter against this character. Just get her out of there. Whoa, I wish that OTG. That would have been awesome.
Well, right there, commitment to his strategy worked out for Juice.
Kula's animations are actually perfect. Like every animation she has.
On the last match that he tried to
Is that
instill,
mature?
it worked out.
Oh baby.
Now we're going to see Mature versus Leona.
Yeah, this is EVO.
Not without
Oh, Mature looks great.
So I don't see a reason not to jump at him.
Huh?
Oh, oh, yeah.
That close B still looks good.
Like, I kind of feel like, man, that backdash, you see that?
Yeah, man.
That's like almost like an accidental animation. Oh,
Oh, that didn't. He was too low,
Ooh,
or rather too early.
hammer.
Ooh,
It's an overhead.
separate hits.
He could have canceled out the super, I think, right?
Getting mixed up pretty hard.
Tricky, tricky. No cancel.
Not convert the combo.
Why didn't he do like the Rekkas or whatever? Does Mature not have Rekkas anymore?
Forward, gets himself back.
Remember in KOF 12 when Mature had 2 special moves? Remember when Mature was literally an incomplete character?
Find each other on this match and the kid like, oh, he's not home.
Oh, man. All right, I respect that he wanted to
So that was an EX thing, right? That was another one.
against that.
Hi, that shit looks pretty good. It doesn't even deduct from the meter or anything.
That almost, that never happens. What was that?
That is usually free.
Yeah.
These are actually like the only two characters who have attacks based around like claw slashes. Or not the only two. I guess Iori does as well.
This is
But it's not a thing shared by the whole cast or anything like that. That projectile is really unique. It's very big and very slow and takes a fuck ton of time to put on the screen. The only comparison I can think of is
not really sure why.
Guile's V-Skill Fireball.
Doesn't make it a bad thing. It's just different. You know.
It's very similar to that in terms of it's huge and it's slow and it takes a long time to put out.
That one a big combo here.
Mature has like no normal projectile. It's the only thing she has.
Years are not going to be chosen off the first, 7 characters released.
It's a really cool projectile actually. Projectiles are really cool in KOF. I particularly like the ground traveling fireballs. There's almost something like that in Juri's light fireball.
He decided not to pop max mode on that last one and save the meter, and it's gonna work out for him.
Oh dude, there's a Ramon.
In this matchup.
Ramon is like he's the character designed to appeal to the massive Latin American audience. He speaks Spanish. He may be Mexican, I don't know,
That is unfair damage.
but he's a wrestler.
2 bars?
Yeah, seriously.
Wow.
Jeez.
Off of 2 bars, you're dead.
I don't know what country he represents.
Like
Yeah, man, that was kind of like that was a slow burn.
Ramon has really elaborate animations in the KF games I've seen before.
Found each other. I don't think anybody really has the true read on this matchup.
Right, I feel like,
Stubby jumps actually help with fireball spam
ready for it,
because you can sometimes hop over like a ground crawling fireball or something like that. And also rolls are a mechanic.
I mean, juice box.
Basically, there's 2 different kinds of fireball in KOF. There's like a fast one with lots of recovery and a slow one with no recovery. If you roll on reaction to like a slow fireball, they'll recover and they'll be able to
Well, I'm just being informed that
grab you or worse,
Huevo won KoF14 yesterday.
grab you out of your roll or hit the recovery. But if you roll on reaction to a fast fireball, you'll get out of the way.
He's real.
Rolls are not throw invincible. They're easily punished by throws. Those are the counter to rolls, if you will. You can also wait for a roll to resolve and hit the recovery. But throw will punish a roll at any point during the animation.
Wade Rosa is playing her.
A backwards roll is pretty much like a backdash in Street Fighter 4, except throwable. It like gets you away, like a back roll that is. It's like a backdash in Street Fighter 4. It like gets you away from the opponent, and it's invincible on frame 1, but it's not. You can just throw it. That's the counter. A forward roll is kind of like Abel's light Mersai roll.
Underneath placement. I guess I feel it's kind of ironic that Pool would get low profiled by somebody.
Fully throwable from frame 1, but fully invincible from frame 1 and moves closer. You can whiff a roll to move in, but someone can punish you on reaction with forcing you to recover into a normal or throwing you. But maybe you can sneak it in here and there.
Saving it for Leona to have 3.
There's also a couple tricks you can use, like if someone's on the ground, like if you knock them over, you can roll into their body, and then if you're between like 2 kind of close, if you're from a very specific location, if you're like, you'll like roll and land in front of them, but like if you move forward 1 pixel, you'll roll and land behind them. Like if you find that exact proximity where you're between rolling and landing in front or behind, you can get some ambiguous cross-ups. Abel has the same thing in Street Fighter 4 if you've ever seen that.
There you go. Now he finally burns the meter.
Abel can do like light or medium roll and end up as a cross-up or not. And he'll recover before they
Going for that. You had to.
before them, so he can still make them land into a medium normal.
He's gonna, and Leona's gonna come in on 1.5 bars. She can just hang back, honestly. Just pop her all maxed out, make them deal with the EX earrings.
Ooh, opens up with the run-up stand C.
No respect. Wow.
Oh, pressing buttons. They're not blocking.
Not blocking them toes. You gotta watch them.
I like that decision. I like that.
That was a guard cancel CD.
Yeah, man.
That's like an alpha counter.
One of those situations where you know you're gonna fall into a down B and you're like, well,
Seriously. And because these jumps appear to
Damn
be
that K.
like as they're, like, as
Yeah.
what we're used to, there's a lot of run under, like a lot of people running under.
Ramon is cool as hell. I want to see some El Fuerte shit. I want to see some Rainbow Mika Alpha 3 shit. Whoa.
El Rosa sniffing it out.
so much damage. Wow.
We haven't seen that move raw yet. That's just it in its natural environment.
That's. Oh wow.
It's crazy.
Nice block.
If you're like a charge fiend who loves charging in video game, oh, is that the overhead? If you love charging, then Leona in KoF13 is one of the coolest characters to you.
Is he gonna?
Super cancel?
Yeah, man.
Yep. I love that animation. It's so unbelievably cool. They rendered it in 2D in like previous games in like KoF11 and stuff, and it looks beautiful in 2D. Still looks pretty nice in this game, but I just love that animation.
Is he gonna? Yeah, man. Yo, I like that decision.
It's a very elaborate, like,
Does so much
technical fucking throw.
so much damage.
I just
It's hard not to like Ramon.
is good too, but man, if he could just get it raw too, and coupled with that jump, that splash, almost guaranteed.
We'll watch it one more time. Just because I'm a nice guy. Whoa, I went back too far. Way too far. Let me find it. We're like almost there.
And he's still got 3 meters.
Here we go.
Ramon the guy. Stand him up.
Is he gonna? Yeah, man. Yo, I like that decision.
Throws you with his feet.
This dude does so much damage when he converts. So much damage.
I just, it's almost like
Yeah, I've seen real shit like that in like
just get it raw too,
Mexican wrestling.
coupled with that jump,
And when I say real shit, it's finger quotes real shit.
almost guaranteed to cross up every time.
No.
Oh my God.
No,
Here
dude.
we go
That's
again.
his
Pick 'em
massive
up.
damage coming
Pick 'em
down
up.
here.
Everyone has a Rambo super.
Yeah.
I love the way he moves.
That overhead.
Oh, very nice.
Romance, I mean,
Oh,
Juicebox not trying to deal with this at all.
I thought he would have had a big conversion off of that. Oh, now he's in max. I don't know what he does in the max mode.
Alright, that EX move seems to be sapping his meter. Did they sap meter and I just missed it?
Wow.
Holy crap.
Is that a hit?
Or is it some EX moves sap meter and some don't?
Juicebox is on ropes right now. He's got one more chance. There
And
it is.
that was a command grab.
Dunzo.
All right, man. Rosa. I mean, Juicebox had a great run, though.
Ramon is serious.
Juicebox played really solid. Showed
He did pretty much work the same at a basic.
Kyokyo.
He just where you put
This is a really good matchup. They've been doing this matchup for a long time.
I think this is our first mirror match.
What was that normal? It looked like a tart combo. The way he just pulled it out.
taking damage right now.
Also cannot
Was that a backdash down jump down C? What the fuck? That was cool. That's only available when you're cornered.
simple block stringing.
Yeah.
Backdashes as a wake up option in KOF are airborne frame 1 but have no invincibility, but they're throw immune. So it's basically got the opposite immunities as a roll. If you backdash, you've got frame 1 throw invincibility,
Every time.
but you can be hit by anything. If you roll, you've got frame 1 invincibility, but you can be thrown. So one of those two options will pretty much always work.
Yeah, Freno has a lot of respect for this player, so
You might just let him get away with some stuff.
maybe. Oh man, had an opportunity there, but didn't fully convert. Gets thrown out of that.
I mean, there's plenty more to it than that. You can watch for a roll and then punish it.
Want to spend the bar, get that simple damage. Oh,
You can even like hit the opponent with a meaty, which will catch a backdash, and then still watch with the roll.
Again.
Watch for the roll, and then punish it if it's like a meaty light.
Reno's just not checking.
So there's ways to punish everything, but there's ways to get out of those kinds of things. Like blocking will get you out of that pretty well. Block 1 light.
He wasted all
That's
that on.
about the third time that teleport didn't work out for him.
In general, there's more defensive options, so there's more emphasis on pushing a mix-up on wake up.
Force the situation.
Most of the defensive options aren't like reversals.
Oh man, like I said.
I mean, there are reversals here and there. A lot of characters have reversals. Both these two do. There was Rio's uppercut right there.
Freno can change my opinion on
But the thing is, most people are unwilling to do those because punish damage is so high in this series. So like people will usually do one of their defensive options, which don't carry that much risk. Like even if you get hit out of a backdash, you get hit midair. So it's not that bad. People usually can't hit you with full combos or anything.
so much damage.
Ah, man. Reno's gonna switch it up, man.
He's got to take out that Rio.
So like
Not feeling that Rio.
people will take the low risk
I love Rio. Rio is
escape options which have no offensive capacity, which means that people push for means the offenders go for mix-ups a lot. But you have to make a hard read because there's so many defensive escape options.
Yeah.
On like the mid-screen overhead from downtown.
It's just this, man. You know, certain characters can close the distance so fast to create opportunities
Right.
that I feel like Rio can't do that. And from a distance, what's he gonna do? EX super?
I'll probably play Rio
And then his Neomax is like
once this game comes out.
was not fast enough to catch an anti.
I wonder if I'll play Kenso. I wonder if Kenso's the same. Kenso's moveset changes quite a lot between games. It looks like he has more stuff from other KFs.
Cannon fodder from top of us now.
I mean, it's damage.
It
You
is
know?
damage, yeah. But you ain't getting that raw. You ain't using that
No,
strategically.
man, and that's the thing. And then like, I really don't put too much stock in his parry right now. You know, this game. I don't know.
Oh, I'd like to see him use it more. I just don't think he's ready for it.
He just hasn't had the opportunity though.
Oh, he finally dropped Rio for Iori.
The red kick.
All right, I like that.
I wonder if the red kick is better ended than the half circle back kick.
All right, getting the conversion here. Yeah.
Big punish, please.
That was on purpose, man.
I wonder if that's his B&B.
OPDP just to like sit and snare him or something. And sometimes people, well, sometimes people
Jumping in the corner is horrible in almost every fighting game.
kind of let him run.
But I agree.
Whoa.
Geef is actually scary if he corners you.
Activations are, I mean, I'm not doubting that.
Whoa.
I can live without Kenso's Rekkas. I picked Kenso for his fireball and his uppercut, and those are the two things they're never going to take away. Kenso is his fireball and his uppercut.
Yo, very nice from Freenel.
Yo, it's funny because he tried that a bit before, like literally, like.
Any guest characters? Yeah, we got King of Dinosaurs as a guest character from Monster Hunter.
Did it again. Well, yeah. I'm gonna get a little bit closer here.
Wait a minute. They're playing the exact same team? Jeez.
Yeah, the thing about Light Punch Anti-Air when you're cornered against Geef is that it actually keeps you in the corner.
Oh, just over on that.
So you're immediately, if he ever guesses that, you're immediately subjected to the mix-up again.
Not gonna use the meter for it. Oh, he does decide to. Oh.
Dude, I swear that was on purpose.
Oh, get
Yum. Overhead. Max cancel.
Yo, he ran through the laundry list of what to do.
Dude, all right, so whip DP, land, blow up the attempt to punish with low B, then just raw overhead into max cancel. Disgusting.
Did he really just stand D over a fireball?
D over fireball.
What a change of
Oh yeah, this is the same Samurai Showdown character.
against Shao.
That's true.
Yeah, seriously. Like, if we didn't know that Freenel was
God bless Midnight Pleasure.
had played Rio, we would assume that that was one of these guys from Sao High. And I think right now
Oh,
Freenel
the bait.
is being way
Debated.
more creative than Sao High.
Meaty backdash, trying to anticipate a forward roll or a reversal
Talking about it, that Sao High needed to be forced
while being harmless against a backdash or blocking.
straight up.
Yeah, and you definitely see a change in strategy from Shao Hai.
Are there any Garou characters in this game?
Offense going again.
Not counting T-Zoc.
Picking his spots really well here. I like that decision.
Off, but oh, very
Ooh,
nice.
wow. I wouldn't think he'd try that normal for that. Now it works. It works when he needs it.
Seriously.
Oh!
Blocks it. I've seen that too many times, buddy.
Yo, I respect the bet though. I respect. Is he gonna go for it?
He
He's
does
gonna
not
have no meter.
Yeah, you don't have it. If he had started out with regular DM and then gone, well, he can't because maximum, that's right. Oh,
Yo,
baby.
that's it. That's it. Wow. Yo,
3-0.
impressive.
Runs it back
Wow.
effortlessly. See.
When will Rock make it into another game?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, he just,
Damn, K-Dash without his glasses, you never see that.
All right, Reno, man, represent.
Change Butts' name.
What a
Just make him Marco Rodriguez.
I didn't know his name. Need a sour after that one, man.
It hurts me to read Butts.
Man,
Whose fucking idea was it that fucking Westerners would prefer calling someone Kushnud Butts instead of Marco Rodriguez?
about his approach. I think he just needs to make a little bit better decision. It's more, to be honest with you, at this point, they're playing so well that it's about the.
I'll have you guys know that Rock combines the perfect offense of Terry Bogard with the perfect defense of Geese
Now we're so far
into the ultimate fighting style.
solid. Now they're really gonna have to start
Just like my fanfiction.
good commitments here.
Exactly. And Freenel already starting out hot.
Whoa. He rolled himself into the corner.
Small old Chinese men.
That might not
There's what's his name? Tong or fucking whatever, the guy who grows. And there's Chin.
Ooh.
Who's the other one?
Yo.
Who's the third old Chinese man?
Oh, man, he can't delay it on him.
He's still very aggressive, you know, though.
That's what he needs to do. He cannot let Xiao Hai feel comfortable.
Whoa, catches him right on the tip for a combo. Yeah, he wants it dead.
Hey, man, solve the problem. Solving the problem.
And that really, you could chalk that up to is just Shanghai
Choi.
chilling,
Oh yeah,
you know,
I guess he's old.
so trying to let the game come to him right now.
Stance characters.
Yeah, Freedom's got a lot
It's a hard question to answer.
That's at least 4 touches.
Struggling to think of one.
Filling it out Shanghai right here. How's he going to approach it? What's his attempt? Just needs to get in one time to really set up this offense. Walking into the corner a little bit, but now back in the middle. Whoa.
K-Dash's iron trigger is like a very, very basic Tekken stance.
That's good. Hey, I'll take
You got
it.
4 follow-ups,
Man, he's
Once
seen it too
again,
many times.
but you can't hold it.
for 2 on those.
Oh,
no, another bad decision.
Oh.
Yikes, big punish there.
Optimal punish.
Oh, gets it
my
again.
God.
So they added Geese. Does that make this a dream match game?
Oh,
Oh,
no,
no.
maybe not.
Or is Geese just revealed to be alive?
Like, look at him. He's
Punish?
glowing.
Nah, I don't think so.
He's glowing.
Let's punish.
No, he wanted EX on that if he was going to do it.
Oh, he had a
I guess
Why would he punish him there?
Chin kind of has a stance.
3-0 is in trouble now.
He
He
just wants to get this out. He's going to already. No.
Oh yeah, mature. She is dead.
Maybe uppercutted that. Yeah, he saw that.
Is Vice in the game? I got Iori and Mature. Are they on the same team?
That's crazy.
It's weird to have Mature and not Vice.
Right. I want him to get a little bit out of that desperation.
Vice is equally dead as Mature.
All right.
Okay.
Takes care of that problem. Now he's got K coming up.
Alright, cool.
I mean,
It's not possible.
no.
They died a long fucking time ago. They died in like 94. Like 95. Or whatever. They died in like almost the first game they appeared in.
He's ever played, basically.
Yeah.
And they just keep on making these fucking return appearances because they're super cool characters gameplay wise. They were literally ghosts in KoF13. If they can come back as ghosts, why can't fucking Shermie and Chris and Yoshiro come back as ghosts?
Has the offense,
Being
but
a little linear with that, though.
all he has to do is make a good decision and he'd be able to get out. Oh no!
That hit so low.
But he already committed to the double jump.
I'm tired of not having that team. Orochi team. I like those 3 a lot.
Gonna work out for him. Gets anti-air down B.
As a general rule, Iori is the coolest character in any video game.
That'd be sick if he hits him with the overhead. Have a taste
I
for
mean, not Iori, K-Dash. Well, both of them, I guess.
Could have got so much more off of that.
No.
Could have got so much more off of
Try
that.
to get the overhead. Blocks. E.
Nah,
Yeah,
brother.
man. All right.
I think he just kind of autopiloted that punish.
We're going 3 out of 5 for winner's final.
Holy crap.
All right, man.
Please.
Probably that tosses hair gif. And the laugh. Yup.
All right, fellas. 3 out of 5. Here we go.
That's from like one of the Pocket Fighter games, huh? Not Pocket Fighter, what do you call that?
Oh, this is losing.
You know. The
Oh, winner.
Neo Geo Pocket games.
Got it. Okay.
So,
sorry.
good news for all you guys. We got a lot of kill left.
Yeah, well, I'm okay. Well, we're going to 3 out of 5 and winners and losers final.
Oh baby, I would love a team like that. I like Heavy D a lot, but he's unfortunately trapped on the worst team in the series.
Well, you know.
Luckily, Harrison ain't here. Oh, he is, but he's doing something else right now. All right, well, let's see if Prianel can turn
I always wanted a Neo Geo Pocket Color, but I've never actually gotten one.
high on tilt for a whole match.
I'm like sad that I never got one. I remember watching the commercials on TV and like wanting one really badly.
It's a lot of commitment.
I could just buy one now that I'm a fucking grown ass man.
Yeah. And if you give it to him, that obviously he'll always DP it. Nice.
I don't even know what games to buy. Is there a Metal Slug on it?
Really back and forth so far here.
I know there's a couple fighting games, but fighting games on a fucking old
Here we go.
handheld don't sound that fun.
I got him in the corner. Wow,
There
nice
we go.
conversion off of that air and
Good
stand
damage.
D. Good damage there.
Put him in the corner. Oh, man, where's your DP at, brother?
Reno has no meter, so he's going to have to play pretty solid here. Just stay out of that.
Wow.
I don't even know what Pocket Rumble
I
is.
like the idea. I like the idea. I like the concept.
EX Red Kick. Is that an overhead?
Yeah.
Wasn't that an overhead in
Definitely bring it to a higher level.
KoF13?
Oh,
Gets
I
the
got
combo.
the magic
Nice.
touch.
That's my buddy back there.
Does the new Garou re-release have net play? Why is everyone making a fuss about it? I think it was already released just for like Europe or something, but I think that one didn't have net play.
Yeah.
It's pretty complete, it feels like.
I like his use of that bar stand beat too.
SNK vs Capcom KoF14 Metal Slug,
Yeah, you gotta be careful jumping.
and a weird cool port of Sonic 2.
Always will.
All right. Oh, gets a good combo here. No meter to do any real big damage. But I don't know how that roll's working out, but here we go. Back on off.
I've heard so many people say that Garou falls apart at high level play because of a lot of the way a lot of mechanics work.
All right.
But people say that about Third Strike. They say it's a cool game that falls apart at high level play, and I think that's completely wrong.
Yeah. Worst part, he actually had him for a second there, like right where he wanted him, and he just let go of the lead.
Okay, I saw that, but like doesn't have net play.
Pretty much looking pretty good to
Okay, when people say 2-button fighter, they don't usually mean like a dive kick.
kill.
I mean, he's already in a great position. It's pretty much.
They usually mean directions plus 2 buttons.
Nice, using a different variation this
Gotta
time.
remember that, man. The overhead don't come out to the third hit, so it's always beneficial to block low.
Ooh, making great reads now. Oh, big,
And
oh, did it
the
come up for a
link,
combo?
The link, baby.
Man, you know he saw that, and when the second part of the stance he connected, I don't think you can actually cancel that.
No, you
Third Strike tried to copy
Gotta let it rock.
KOF style gameplay, and Garou tried to copy Third Strike style gameplay. I'm just so confused.
I'm feeling pretty nice, Link, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, good stand,
Very
Dave.
nice. Now he's predicting his movements very well and shutting it down.
Yeah, that definitely ain't a move that you can use standing normally.
Oh man, you could tell he was a little early on.
Online multiplayer,
and
so to
it
say.
changed his direction a little late, so
Maybe
he
I'll
wasn't
buy
able
it,
to really fully
play
use
some.
that.
That'd be kind of fun.
A little bit of a weird thing in this game.
What part of that hit him?
Play some
Whoa, that was
Hotaru, I guess.
Nah, bar stand D. He's gonna do like almost everything Shanghai needs him to.
There aren't that many characters. All the characters I like and all the characters that are good are like completely opposite.
and especially for
I kind of like Terry and Rock, and I think they're both kind of mediocre. I like Kushnude, but he's kind of mediocre.
Up close where it looks like it's gonna be 1 inch, you know?
yeah, man. I never
I don't really like
to go for a strategy
Gato,
like
but
that
he's supposed to be top, I think.
as your go-to,
I don't really like the twins, but they're supposed to be top.
especially at that point, you're not doing bad.
It's a little scummy, right?
You know, well the thing is, you're not doing bad.
I kind of like Freeman, but he's supposed to be shit.
That overhead.
Now they're just
I kind of like T-Zoc, but he's supposed to be mega shit. Every character, it's like the way that I like the characters and the way that they're tiered is literally the opposite. I think Hotaru is supposed to be okay, and I like her.
That's the thing about KoF, man. Sometimes you just pick
So I'll probably end up
something
playing
and you're
Hotaru.
up for it.
just like, don't
Oh, Janet's supposed to be bad as well,
gonna be Neo Max. No.
I think.
Alright. Saving it for later?
I kind of like Janet.
An opportunity here?
I don't know about that, man. I think you wanted him feeling scared, right? Oh, dude.
He gets stuck. Neo Max. No, too late now. He can't do it. Whoa.
That one Hotaru super, I know the one
No, that's not it. He knocked him out.
where she like kind of humps you there.
One combo, that's it. Whoever hits.
He's got too much time left. He can't lame it out.
I
He's
like
gotta
the
go in.
commitment to that.
Yori stand D looks super good in this game.
No, that's a risk.
Man.
How's about 3 a little too obvious strats going on there?
There was no reason for him to miss a button there.
Definitely
Ugh.
wasn't anything.
I regret not playing that at release. Now I bet it's dead as fuck online.
Grab people
I wish I'd played a little bit of online Darkstalkers.
with a lot off screen. Sorry, folks.
I could just play Vampire Savior on Fightcade, but I have no idea how
Alright.
popular it is. I think it's one of the more popular games, but still not played. Boobies. Is it actually animated?
All right.
Oh, baby.
Getting a big combo. Is he going to go for the super?
Janet, they cute.
Gets another combo. Doesn't matter. Great decision there. Once again, doesn't. Ooh.
And if Rosa doesn't really do anything about
Yes, I saw it. It's perfect. It's the best animation in anything.
Wow.
He missed his jump in.
not get the jump in right, might not kill.
He went for the reset.
Oh, that's loud.
Coolest block noises.
No, you can cancel that.
Is he gonna make this comeback?
Did get the jump step down, seeing
Oh my god, is he gonna make okay.
man.
Is Goro good? What game?
For him to have not been
You
able
mean
to
Daimon?
whip the jump down, see went for the combo,
Yes, usually. I don't know if he is in this game,
kill him instead.
but Daimon is good in almost every KOF.
Yeah, totally. Good now, looking really strong. Base the uppercut.
Oh,
Big
man.
damage. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Kill him.
Oh,
Yeah.
please.
Ah, that animation.
All right, now Rosa pretty much evens it out. The only advantage that Fino's gonna have is meter. So it's probably
Yum.
3. I like to see this matchup. I want to see how this plays out.
I remember really liking Freeman, but I found out he's supposed to be like the second worst character in the game, and he's supposed to have really stiff animations.
That's really what he has to do.
Yeah.
And that's really what Rosa has to do. He had the opportunity, he had the opening, and he closed the distance.
Gonna go. Oh, that could have been curtains.
Oh, man, that cross-up's chunky, dude. Mad
It
chunky.
doesn't end.
Big
It doesn't end, man.
damage.
Shit, I forgot about that, Crookie.
Big damage.
We're supposed to have that grudge match. I'll do that. Ask me tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, you had to do that. Ain't doing with that block anymore. That
Very
block
nice
anymore.
jump back CD.
Wanted the second cell, I'm sure, but did not get it. Got a.
What the hell is wrong with Andy? Andy should be getting the nicest pussy in all of fucking KOF,
International,
and he's just not.
finals here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got China, Mexico, and France.
Yeah. America, we're free again.
Oh, man.
The overhead.
Again, that overhead
Well,
hit.
I'll tell you this. At least he got it blocked. Yeah, like other few times he got poked out of that.
Yeah, he just got stuck. Oh, yeah, he just.
Is it guard break? We'll get to see.
Uh,
Yum! Guard break.
Auto that.
wow. That is never going to be useful.
Oh, he tried to bet with that parry on his wake up.
Yo. I can't see. Rio's real strength is the fact that his ADP is just extremely fast and hard to punish.
Yeah, and I feel like if in any matchup, he'd probably do pretty decent in this one because Ramon wants to be in his face, and so does Rio. Whoa.
He's gonna have a hard time.
I wonder what that weapon is.
Yeah, he's.
I like want to click on it.
Time to deal with this every time.
Oh, I'm so curious.
I would almost advise him to be a jerk and just spam it, just to see if he's gonna.
What? That's it.
Wow, that doesn't
Oh.
work.
I thought it was going to link, though, because it was a counter.
Yeah.
It was a counter hit.
Just,
Oh, man.
dude. That was pretty dominant.
Yo, change that team.
Change that real. Get that
Change
real
that
out here.
team, man.
Get him out.
If you get a counter hit with that super in KO13, it has a wall bounce, but the recovery is so long that you can't do anything with the wall bounce. It's just purely for animation. If it's blocked, it automatically guard breaks.
That was shut
So you have to like roll out of the way and then do your punish instead of blocking it.
down a character like that, or else, or
Oh,
make
yeah.
the matchup way easier than it has to be.
Going with that, the top 3 again. But even then, I don't think Ramon is scared of any of those characters.
You guys ever think that we've never seen Alfuerte's face?
The thing is there's nothing new that's going to happen in this matchup
Yeah.
for Rosa. He's seen it at least all day today, if not just through experience through other games, the playstyle that these characters play.
Right, and there's very little creativity going on with those 3 characters.
That's
Maybe K the most.
Do you think they'll ever reveal it?
At most will have some surprises for him.
Yeah.
So maybe K versus Ramon.
Do you think there'll ever be like some big grudge match or like some special battle intro in a later Street Fighter game
See Joe doing anything to Ramon.
where Alfuerte greatly respects his opponent and takes off his mask before the fight?
Except Rio anyway.
Yeah. Wake up down B gets a combo.
Ugh.
That'd be kind of cool.
A little too far. Wow, connects that.
Maybe a game with Fuerte and Mika. Oh god, I hope that there's never a game with Fuerte and Mika.
Oh, good jump in. Let him in the front door.
That's dumb.
Wow. Is the stick broken?
There's
Oh,
this-
he's stunned. Okay. Wow, he's stunned there so fast. Jeez. Feels like some characters have lower stun bars than others.
KOF Street Fighter actually already happened, and so did Street Fighter X KOF.
Wow.
In fact, it's one of the most played fighting games.
Wow, and he's turned it around. He was way ahead. Ooh.
No activation there, no meter. Alright, not taking that anymore. Oh, it takes the whole beat on wake up though.
Able to knock out Kua off a bunch of random hits towards the end.
Oh, man.
Here we go.
Just
And here
boots him.
comes the action star.
Alright, not taking that overhead no more. That's the one thing that I think he don't have to worry about anymore is like if he just stands there for a minute and it looks like he's gonna start up that overhead, just hit that low B.
Yeah, and then right here, I feel like Freenel has the upper hand here because his character.
SVC2 is a game that does not exist.
Okay.
That animation.
That stands up.
Yeah.
No super. Like, I know he wants to save the meter, but that was definitely a good time to super. He's got a fucking lot of meter. It's okay to burn a little bit. And it looks like he's going to die because he didn't.
Whoa,
Not quite.
He just knows that that doesn't follow.
Probably not Amaya, since Ryu seems to have already ditched the killing spirit before meeting Aura, judging by Street Fighter V's entire plot and Street Fighter 3's plot.
He has to do very little to get through this, but at the same time, he also has to not
Ruby Heart, it's close, but Ruby Heart is my waifu, and I want her to actually be in a game.
Oh no, okay, I'm gonna say no way that would work.
I would actually really like if Ruby Heart was revealed to be a Darkstalker and made it into the next Darkstalkers game. I think I've said something like this before. I think she was conceived as a Darkstalker, but never actually in any Darkstalkers games. I liked SFXT a lot, and I think everyone was extremely hard on it for no reason. Or not for no reason, there were a lot of other things wrong with it. But a lot of things about the gameplay were fantastic, and it fixed a lot of the issues people had with Street Fighter 4.
What he doesn't want to do is block that fireball. That's her biggest strength, I believe.
People gave up right when it was the best it ever was. You didn't know about CBS 2? What the fuck? It's like a really popular retro fighting game. CBS 2 is like more popular than Third Strike ever was. When Third Strike came out, most people went to either MVC 2 or like CBS 2. Well, technically they both came out after Third Strike. But it was like Alpha or those two games. People usually didn't go on the Street Fighter 3 route. SFXT on release was decent, and SFXT on release was literally the worst it ever was.
Get her out of here. Ball game.
Yeah, once again there, man.
I pray to God that Morgan would still flirt with people
I don't mind.
and in New Darkstalkers.
Yo, don't put that character back on your team. Did so well.
Her dash, huh?
Rosa versus Shanghai yet? Did that happen? Because I want to see how Shanghai did.
I wonder if one of those two bottom buttons is going to be like Ash.
All right. I like this. I actually really like this decision.
This team.
I'm sad that Psyche will probably never return, because he's pretty cool.
He's so fast. He can be in a lot of places at once. Not as fast as Ramon, but almost nearly as annoying. Not to mention that climax.
That's right, man.
It's a Kenso.
Great start there.
This already looks quite a lot like the Kenso I used to play.
Yep, that's
Chuck Plasma and do stand CD and do sweeps and do uppercuts.
jump over your fireball right there. That's
Should have been an uppercut there.
you're zoning out.
The fuck normal was that? He doesn't have that one. Jump CDs.
Rollback has actually been beating out a lot of heavy moves.
Yeah, I'm liking this.
So I wouldn't be
This is the Kenso I know and love.
surprised if this tech Freenel's reactions.
Overhead.
Into a combo. What does he know?
Is that an overhead?
Again, once again.
Appears to be.
Never didn't say anything off of that.
Didn't have any meter, but I don't know if he even EX'd it.
Whoa. No, this character is super fast.
Yeah.
CBS 2, I think, was on... I don't remember if it was on Dreamcast.
Not dead yet.
I think most people played the PS2 version,
Wow, just get
who didn't have access to the arcade version, that is.
I think that was absolutely terrible for Kenzo. Just a bad block.
I remember the Xbox and GameCube version was Easy Operation, which a lot of people didn't like. Best iteration of SF4?
I thought he was gonna come
I guess
out with a
Ultra,
jumpy.
since it was the one that added Elena, who was my main.
It was there. There it is.
It's the only one I really took seriously.
I like it.
To watch, things were the most hype around Super Era, I think.
Wow, just he's
I don't know.
Freenel been committed to waking up with buttons, and he's been converted.
Yeah, I'd say things were the most hype around Super Era.
The thing is that people aren't, or the players aren't very comfortable yet.
But to play, definitely Ultra, because it had the best mechanics
Because it's
and nice balance, and my main.
so
Kento won't fuck Sylvie. Kento is in love with Athena.
Yeah, puddle. Puddle. Take that every
Big
time,
combo
man.
here, yeah.
Can't block it.
I'm wondering if you can cancel that into a.
Maybe max mode?
Oh man, they gotta be in max mode, right?
Yep. What's he got for her? There it is.
Nice.
Well, that was actually legit.
No, no. Sagat died when Super came out.
Big punish.
There were only like 2 Sagat players. Most people hopped off Sagat once Super came out.
Alright, El Rosa coming in here with a 5-bar.
Sagat was really popular in vanilla.
This is the character he's gonna bet all on, so.
Super had good character variety. There wasn't really one character that was everywhere. People thought that Kami and Honda were pretty strong in Super, and they were.
Oh, what a great trade from Bruno. Oh, he had a combo.
Hey.
And me, wow, very nice. You going to Super? Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, I was thinking like, wow, this might be kind of difficult for
UMK3.
but you know,
I'm gonna be honest, I love UMK3 as a fighting game, as like a tourney game.
like I said,
I like MK2 as well. I also like UMK2, which is a ROM hack, which probably no one's heard of.
Ramon definitely forces you to speed that up, which
Right.
jacks up his timing.
Wow. Again with the stop.
I think there's a ROM hack for UMK3 that sees a little bit of tourney play too. I think it's called UMKT.
Paying off.
Oh man.
Almost came in again with that.
He doesn't like the best animation in the game.
Wow, nice block.
Reno content to just hang back and wait for that meter run down to try it again. That might have been a little obvious.
He has a lot of meter though. That's all he needed. That's all he needed.
This can't kill. No way.
Ah, that's gonna hurt. Oh no.
Love that animation.
That's a lot of damage. Oh, but he connects an Aaron Standee. That's done.
Why? Oh no. He's gonna guard cancel. He's got to.
I'm speechless. I don't know what he's gonna do. Oh, wow. Whoa! Dude, that move is so fast.
I sat down not intending to watch all of this, and I pretty much watched all of this.
Holy.
Yo, check this out. He's chilling at that distance, right? Like, all right, let me slow him down. And then he just eats that. You know what? Like, what do? You're trying to like, hey, relax. Trying to calm him down, and then like, I just lost.
You're not stuffing that move, basically.
All right, let me calm this down. Somebody just steals the ball and shoots a half-court shot and wins. You know? That's crazy. Oh, and you gotta think that he's kicking himself so hard because
Oh,
he
yeah.
blew that combo.
Oh yeah.
And now he's up to 1. He's on point. Rosa's on point.
I used to live in Mississippi a long time ago, like as a real little kid, like 6 to 8. And there was an arcade in Meridian called Ultimate Fun World.
He's gotta do something.
And I remember it being like the sickest arcade in the whole universe. And I looked at pictures of it recently. It's literally the most trashy shit I've ever seen in my life. That being said, it had the arcade version of Battletoads, which is a pretty fucking sick game.
So kind of low profile down B. He's eating the.
Dizzy.
Oh, he got stunned.
Yeah, man.
That's already like.
I looked at photos of a bunch of shit in Meridian, and everything is so small. I remember being big as a kid, but like I can't believe how tiny my church was. How tiny the entire city was. The biggest building in the whole city is like 3 stories.
Yeah, let it rip, man.
There's only one of them.
I don't think that's a bad decision whatsoever.
It was one of the wealthier places in Mississippi too.
You know what, man? But Bruno's so confident being able to challenge everything.
It had blood, it had nipples,
Always got something
it had like weapons. You could play as all 3 toads.
And that's great, especially coming down from
Arcade
the
Battletoads is pretty based.
that he's coming in pretty strong in this one.
Oh, totally. I think in this case he's gonna have a little bit of time catching.
People don't know their combos from Air counter hit CDs yet.
Like that, you know?
That was actually me, Kihara. I actually got into a shit ton of fights because there was nothing to do and it was better than being bored. Me and my friends would like fight for fun. And I've got a deviated septum because I had my nose punched 1 too many times. Which is why I sniffle.
Oh man, that would have been great for a jump. He crossed up. Oh, trying to catch her again. Nope.
One of my nostrils pretty much doesn't work.
Another trade.
Oh, got her that time.
You know he was trying to go for that down B. Oh, wow. That was amazing.
Yeah,
He jumped over that.
Yeah, that thing hit that hitbox. No! Oh my God, you did not
Huge
want that.
punish. Huge.
It's because of that my breathing's always loud as shit.
Are you serious? Did you got hit? Okay.
Very nice.
One day I'd love to get surgery to correct that, but I'm worried it would be expensive. Like I wouldn't pay more than $200 to fix it. But I'm pretty sure that would be plastic surgery that wouldn't be covered by insurance, and I'm pretty sure for that reason it would cost a lot more than $200. I would need to be able to medically demonstrate that it affects my life negatively.
I've been going to max mode though. Still does really good damage though.
My stomach has been fucked up pretty much since high school. My stomach has been fucked up pretty much all my life. I still don't know what's wrong with it. I probably won't ever find out. My next appointment with my gastroenterologist is on the 2nd of September.
He's gonna super, yep.
I think a deviated septum is a relatively easy thing to fix. That's gonna kill.
Perfect.
That don't count. I love how Caleb be doing that. Oh, you killed a guy with 3 hits.
Yeah, just perfect this dude.
I have nausea a lot.
Stay free.
It's one of the reasons I never leave my house.
What button does this
I don't actually never leave my house, but I do stay in a lot more than a lot of people do. And I do dislike traveling,
Been eating Eric moves.
just because I'm nauseous all the fucking time.
Oh! Yo, that's it. That's it.
Please! Perfect game!
All right, man. Yo, what I tell you about this dude? He just made grand finals.
I just realized he did play
It isn't.
earlier. That's what the bet was about.
I'm not sure that was all of the tournament. In fact, I'm pretty sure that wasn't all of the tournament. But whatever. Elijah Road to EVO 2, UMK3 Grand Finals 6 years ago. Elijah 6 years ago. 6 years. I love you, Long Island Joe. That's him. Oh, anti-air punches. I should see if I can get that sorted out with my doctor then, because I've got a nice insurance. I should see if it's covered. Ugh, that's so much. Elijah played quite a lot of MK. Oh, that could have been a big combo. These are like the top 2 in the game. Another spear. Launcher into air throw combo. Yup. Ooh. Run pressure is the name of the game. Teleport to get out of the corner. Damn that throw. It's that Li Joe right there with the full head of hair. Nice. 6 years ago, Joe. He's got the same chin. It's him. It's fucking him, man. Ugh. Powerful ass combos. Human Smoke is cheap. Human Smoke is like the only complete character, you know what I mean? Human Smoke would feel like a finished character in any other fighting game. Everyone else has like these big gaping weaknesses. Human Smoke has a complete combo system where everyone else has a gimped combo system. Human Smoke could be like imported as is into MKX. Maybe I'll start a GoFundMe account, fix Baff's nose. Maybe someday. It's not like Caval's in many MK games. He's only in like 3 of them. 4? I think 4. He was in one of the PS2 ones. He was in Armageddon because everyone was. He was in this game and he was in MK9. I think he actually is broken in every game though. Just strong on paper. Like Yan.
If you notice right there, Cabal got pushed back. You do a combo in the corner.
Shadow Charlie's been basically canonized.
That's why you need to space it out. Joe takes it. Scores now 1-1. 1-1. Match switches back to Sonya. Sonya's a very tricky character. Especially on pop-ups, you have to time it very well. Otherwise, your teleport punch will go right through her. Everybody wants fatalities. When you do a fatality, it'll slow you down, though. This game is an adrenaline rush.
Shadow Lady is 110% non-canon.
Try finish a match, I'm shaking. Joe catches him with the uppercut. And you notice Matt is using that
I'm pretty sure Sonya's not even considered to be that strong in this game, so this is kind of neat.
Matt takes round 1. If you guys are noticing on the stream, the guy in the red shirt was talking a lot of shit to me, and then I bodied him free. That guy right there in the middle, his name is Nose. I bodied the shit out of him in UMK. I got him too. He's talking shit on everybody. Putting them on
MILF Sakura.
I don't care.
Maybe someday.
They don't really like me, but I bodied him.
Who's baby? Who would be Sakura's baby daddy? Because I doubt it'd be Ryu. I think she'd tell everyone it was Ryu, but I don't think it would actually be Ryu.
Scores 2-1. Those of you just joining us,
He'd be like green or something.
3 grand finals.
Sakura's baby daddy would be Blanca.
Left, I love you,
It would be
Joe,
Dan.
right, otherwise known as Long Island Joe. 4-7.
Dan would like take Sakura to like some fucking dojo and be like, Ryu will be right here to fuck you.
On game 3.
And then Dan would come out in a fucking red headband and a white gi. And Sakura would believe him.
That was almost like a Chun-Li carrot grab right
Sakura would be
there.
like, Ryu, it's you. You look so different.
Joe gets him on danger. Round 1, Joe. Blocks that grab. That is a command grab.
Cute. Sakura likes video games. Never forget.
Joe gets the teleport. Now the teleport is not comboable unless you do it in a combo. But it does kind of stagger them. Joe punishes with a naked spear off that bicycle kick.
Raw Spear is a pretty good
Kang move.
way to start a combo.
Ooh.
Oh, baby. Her corner combos are strong.
No fucking joke with this game. Scores now 2-2.
A really cute girl had a hook for a hand. Yeah, that's not off limits. Hell, she could have nothing for a hand. She could be missing an arm.
Smoke versus smoke. Here we go. 4-7. Scores 2-2. I wish Human Smoke had a subway fatality. One's a little, that is a problem in this game.
I played Katawa Shoujo to completion.
Go by the life bar.
Every single girl in that game was a waifu. Hook hand doesn't scare me at all.
Player 2. I mean, this is a game from 1995. They put so much effort into
Putatron, that tablet is sick.
room on
Did I mention that? Thank you.
colors, so they simply made one darker. You can barely tell. Yeah, but with smoke, it's very hard because of literally all the smoke coming off of them.
I'm working on my cartoonist skills.
Very easily, if both of you teleport.
Rena shit. Lily best girl.
Go into the streets.
Rena's okay. I can acknowledge she's one of the better girls.
I wish it was a dumpster
In an
fire.
objective sort of way. But she's not my waifu.
Dan Tosi Forden right
No Arm Girl was cute in a really strange way.
Again, never seen 2 in a round. That's weird. Who won? Shock just won that. Shock. See? I'm getting confused.
At least we can all agree that Burn Girl was literally worst. Hinako or whatever.
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes.
Burn Girl is the ultimate plebeian decision.
Might seem pretty long, just like Bryson Apples was saying, but in this game it's very quick,
Oh yeah, Geese Howard. I'll get on that eventually. I don't want to draw people yet.
leading me to join the last
I can barely draw one human, let alone humans with different features.
bleeding.
Love that combo. What the fuck? Where's your down 2? Down back punch or whatever.
You guys got your fatality. Unfortunately, that is the only fatality. That is the only fatality Human Smoke has. He has no no stage fatalities, nothing, just that, and it's
They
actually
took away one because he's like so godly.
A literal goose. I can do that. I can draw a goose.
4 out of 7.
Goose Howard. I'll probably draw that.
Even Smoke has no stage fatalities, no nothing. That's actually one of Ermac's fatalities. That spear almost caught him. That was very close.
Is this the one with the Ponzu? Yum.
Joe has a serious life lead.
I like that art style, to be honest.
Hit by that pop.
It has personality. There, I said it.
Puts him in the corner. Shot could have done a few more hits.
Hell out of
10%.
Wow. Wow. Shock is
Joe
on
looks really
fire
confused
today.
right now. That was a mind fuck. Like I said, the guy in the red shirt talked shit about me. He's talking shit about everybody right now, even though I got bodied round 1.
Blind Girl's the reason most people played the game. Or not Blind Girl, Burn Girl.
Talk about stream monsters. We got crowd monsters right now.
Anyone ever play Teaching Feeling? Oh damn, this stream is getting into dangerous territory, isn't it? We better not continue this conversation. What are they playing to?
Confused right now. That's why there's lack of commentary. I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
Shock takes it. 4. That's a reset for Shock. Set 1 goes to Shock.
You guys want to learn how to play this game? Go to www.ultimatemk.com, www.mortalmk.com,
I love that comic, by the way, Steady.
www.classicmk.com.
All those are run by Tim Static. Yeah.
Let's see if we can find some UMK2.
He owns the entire Mortal Kombat universe.
UMK2 has, it's like a bug fix of UMK of MK2 that make rebalance and make gameplay more tactical. It's kind of an interesting game.
More than one. So here we go. Comeback Kyle is Johnny Cage and Shock as Katana.
I don't remember the changelog at all.
Abuse the hell out of that suit. It's really good. It's broken. It's not broken. Yeah, no, this is the arcade.
Like they made it so ducking can dodge some standing punches.
Yeah, go play some games. Alright, so
They added like low overhead kind of mix-ups.
no, Kyle is
No, it's
uh,
UMK2. It's a ROM hack.
funny because now all the green shadow kicks are now red, and all the red shadow kicks are green.
Katana's the most combo-friendly character in pretty much every MK she appears in. I think that was all one combo. Yes, the Deadpool fatality. That's the first fatality I ever saw in an MK game. It kept me up at night.
What is this, first or what, 3? Yes, first to 3. First to 3. 3, yes, we have 3 fighters.
These games go quick with the damage output, though.
Not in some matchups. Some matchups it's like to the time. Like Sub-Zero versus Cage is ironically just like it is in MK9.
If Sub-Zero throws a projectile at the same time as you, he gets big damage. Combos are real short in this game. It's very fundamental based. Everyone has like built-in combos. It's like if you get an enemy frozen as Sub-Zero, you pretty much get like a down 2. A down back punch. That's like your combo.
There was a bug where some characters couldn't take the complete snap before they started actually.
Didn't like a Mario do super well in Smash 4 this year at EVO? Mario's kind of cool.
But they got rid of that, so when you move left, right, right. There's no like layers at all. Now, Katana is crazy in the sense that her sweep hitbox and the range is just, it's nuts.
I think he could have killed there.
Her air damage, like her fans and her airlift, she's in crazy.
Sub-Zero dies if they trade fireballs. If I were Katana, I'd be throwing some ground fireballs.
She's the master of baiting.
Okay, gotcha.
She's the master baiter.
Right.
She is the master.
Nice.
So I punched him. Ooh, good setup. That's a lot of damage. You gotta build toasty boost. There's no meter in this game. I actually have not gotten toasty in like multiple months. Good dodge. Really close. Wow. Kyle takes this one.
Oh my god, he's going for the fatal. Yes, the freeze fatal.
Bang.
Brutal.
Kinda like
Damn, that face. Fatality someone, you make a face like that at them.
okay. Shock raise press raise press up tenfold where he actually has pop-ups now. And he
Actually, I think Shock is the fat one, isn't he?
kind of like the one that you did to me.
Maybe he made that face when he got fatality'd.
The shock grab that exists in this game. Is that a friend? Yeah, that's this is the way it works. I'll show you. When he does it, I can show you.
Nice. Combos.
Very well, Sub-Zero. It won't when I'm on. When I have to walk up to everything. Actually, both these characters keep my engage. Ooh, here comes. He dropped the combo. Ooh, nice. That was risky. Let's see the payoff.
This fighting game is very pure. The slide to punish projectile. Sub-Zero's Ice was the only special move I could figure out the input of as a kid. I didn't know how special moves worked. I just knew that I would hit like down and forward and like I think light punch, low punch, left punch, front punch. As Sub-Zero it would give me a freeze sometimes. Or what I actually thought was it was sometimes when doing down punch, it would give me a freeze.
What's up?
But actually it was a quarter circle motion. Minus the diagonal.
Ooh, with players. Oh man, this is one hit. Oh my lord.
See that fatality? Yup, he's doing it again.
Nice.
Nope. Pretend fatality.
Write that one down for me. I want to do that when I get home. I want to practice that fatality. Oh yeah, that's the Super Nintendo MK1 fatality where he freezes you and he just like punches you to shatter.
Baraka.
Not so much. Baraka actually has been buffed tenfold. He's got an air throw now. His jump punch is got like a better like target range, and his overall recovery has been just like decreased. So it's interesting.
Oh wow, okay, so he does look better.
He also has better ways to combo. You know that double kick in MK9?
Yeah.
That actually came from this game.
Okay.
And now the hacker
That air throw.
that the double kick is a long shot.
Sub-Zero wins all fireball trades.
Blade charge, which is like 45.
But even trading is terrible at this health.
The thing is about Baraka is that he's still wide open.
Got him.
His blade charge gets increased speed, and you don't even have to necessarily be under him. You can
Nice. Oh my god, this Sub-Zero comeback.
under his blade.
Tried to low profile the jump, but he was too far.
Uh-oh.
Fatality.
Why? They put the air throw in because apparently he was originally supposed to have one. Like it's in the code that
If I went back in time and bodied myself that hard, I'd probably play fighting games sooner.
it's crazy. And it looks okay.
Even if I didn't know it was me.
Should have gone cage. Beats the hell out of Baraka. Cage beats Baraka because that double kick I was talking about earlier whips.
If he manages to get that down spray out, it anti-airs. Or rather, he like eats the air attack, but then they still like whip on the ice. It's kind of like Birdie's banana.
Would have gotten
But it takes a long time to actually get it out. So you need to do it pretty much predicting a jump.
pretty bad for Baraka. Wow, good anti-air. So
Pretty much everyone has at least one good anti-air in this game. At least in the ROM hack.
that's a lot of sweeping. Oh, good freeze.
Nice punish.
That's a lot of damage. I'm gonna call that a full combo punish just because it takes a good chunk of your health out.
Good jump.
He's gonna take some huge risks. Actually, into one of the combos, he'll probably get these evened out. Ooh, you see it there?
Oh, sweep.
Wow, he made the sweep reverse. I mean the slide reverse.
Oh my God.
It's anybody's game.
Tight.
Wow,
Oh.
impressive. Comeback Kyle beats Shock and now has to face two grand finals.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
That was pretty good. Maybe one more before I hit the sack. Johnny Cage mirror.
Bases it a little bit on MK9. Wow,
I
okay.
think Johnny Cage's nut punch is like an overhead or something. I forget. They like gave him an overhead of some variety, I think, which gives him a good and close mix up.
Silence on.
Mike Mishler played a suit.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
Mike Mishler in the red pants. With Betty. Nice punch. Oh! Back three. Well, I don't know if that's back three. That's back three.
What did they finally do?
Another nut punch.
Earth Defense Force? I don't even know what that is.
Grab it.
This game is cool. A lot of new school fighting games have a shit ton of mechanics. It's cool to go back and play an old fighting game where the mechanics are extremely simple and straightforward.
Jinx MK was actually in the winners final of my tournament, I believe. Ended up winning the losers final compared to second place. I actually I don't know what happened. So but we played the last tournament.
Now I still, my Cage impression, it's tough. So that didn't really exist in the school UFC.
Not like this. Not like this. Now that you can't duck the shadow kick, he actually has something to do.
There it is. Birdie Banana.
He's still punishing.
Nice nut punch. See?
Right into that.
I think he's plus a lot after that close punch.
That with the slide and high kick. So it's not like that's just a free attack for him. No, he has to watch what he's doing. I guess it's similar to MK9.
Oh,
These are quick with these.
check out this sick
Try that
art.
the
Yeah, boy.
mix-up sweep.
MK2 was my shit as a child.
High then low. That's 20-year mix-ups. Nice. Anti-air high kick. Slide is now low.
Pressure into his throat.
Increase does damage. Johnny Cage's high punch fireball is now twice as high. That's 700. Look at this. Nice, nice read on the fireball there. Players immediately play.
I'm getting pretty tired. I think I'm just gonna go to sleep now. No, this video's only got 2 minutes left.
Damage is up.
Not very long.
All right, 2-0.
Okay. Now maybe now, yeah. Top of the fourth.
I'm almost back on a human schedule. Going to bed at 2 a.m.
Yeah. Now.
I gotta start uploading the Ibuki video before I go to bed. Ooh. Nice reversal throw.
A little bit sooner on that jump kick he was throwing. Technically. No. You can hold back and not let go. Okay. But you can't try tech after the jump. Ooh, catches it. All right, at least keep the slide in. And a roundhouse. Perfect spot on roundhouse. Even in the energy department right now. Johnny Cage takes the lead. All right.
Damn, that was nice. I like this one for Johnny. This guy's playing too well. I think Johnny was considered quite strong in MK3. I mean MK2. And I think he's still quite strong in UMK2.
Wow, it looks like Johnny Cage's confidence must be bad.
Yum. Fatality. Yes, the triple uppercut. He knocks your head off. Oh, shit, 4 times. He knocked off 4 of your head.
That was a quickie there.
That's based on a glitch from MK1. If you input Johnny's uppercut fatality, excuse me, in a very specific way, it would knock off your head twice. any of you did it. So like they canonized it, or canonized is the wrong word, but they made a gag fatality based on that in MK2. They made it so you could just knock off someone's head 4 times as a regular ass fucking fatality. Well, I thought it was 3, but he just did 4. I think Sub-Zero Slide is a low. I think the only reason it was ever blocked high was because of Fuzzy Guard. In the 3D fighting game sense of Fuzzy Guard. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. Later, homos.